As you can see, her work is so creative. I love how you did the lashes on that eye and the way that it's got this sort of eerie look about it. That is so cool. Amazing. I would love to see this piece colored. That would look so good colored. It is amazing. You know what you should do now, Leash? Like a whole little teapot family. All of them together. That'd look amazing. I love that. So cool. Thank you for the follow, Vantavi. Really, really appreciate that. So sweet of you to raid us this early in our stream. Didn't expect that. So for those of you who are new, this here is my Humpty Dumpty storybook. I have done, I think, 3 other spreads of Humpty. So if you check out my YouTube channel, you can see all the other pieces that we've done on this one. All the videos are up there. But yeah, it's a lot of work because this wall took me hours and hours to complete. So I'm finally off of the wall, so I'm really happy. We can continue on to things like adding some vines to the wall, and then we'll do some grass, and I'll start doing the background as well, which will be really fun. It's looking so good. Thank you, Lines by Elia. Really appreciate that. Yeah, I cannot wait to start coloring this one. I think once I get to the coloring bit, that's gonna be heaps fun. What's some of the longest projects you guys have worked on? Thank you, you're going to do a full set of individual teaware pieces that will probably become stickers, and then a painting of all of them together as a still life. That sounds perfect! That sounds amazing. I would love to buy that. I need to have a print of the final painting that you make. But yeah, stickers sound really cool. Hundreds of bricks? Indeed! We do have a ton of bricks. Like, quite literally we do. But it's okay. We're finally done with them. So, I'm happy. It's not that you don't enjoy still creating when you're working on something that that wasn't, you know, your favorite thing perhaps, but you know. We all have our favorite things to draw, and so we'd obviously always prefer to spend time on those if we could. No more bricks. Exactly. I'm really happy. Thank you, Vantavi. There, you've sent me the secret on the Discord. Remember, none of it shall be shared. My lips are sealed, don't worry. I will not share a word of it. I will not talk about it. But I'm very happy you've entrusted me with this secret of yours. You've walked away for a moment. Did we get raided? Yes, we did. By the special leash. Of all people. Raided a bit ago and stream crash and revival. Oh, did the stream crash? I didn't even realize that. I'm glad it came back on. The longest one you worked on, still haven't finished, was one of an abstract gremlin or giraffe. Maybe one day you'll continue it. Lately you're feeling like getting into that vibe again. That sounds cool. I think you've told me about the gremlin giraffe combo that you did, which is a pretty challenging, you know, prompt to pull off. But yeah, you haven't shown us that one, I'm pretty sure. I don't remember. Germany horses! Hello! You're back! At least it wasn't one of those wavy brick walls that supposedly use less bricks. They do? What? Why is that? Why do they use less bricks? Was really good, very long. It was 5.5 hours. Went by very fast though. Usually those streams that go for so long, if there's streams that you spend working on something that you're really invested in and you're really wanting to get done, I feel like they go by like minutes. It's ridiculous. Sometimes I've been like, oh my goodness, I need more time. I can't stop yet, But it's good. If it's not a drag or anything to get through a piece, that's always good. It's just that stippling takes forever. Ah, right. So it's not exactly large, it's just that, yeah, stippling is very time consuming. I've never had the patience for it. But people who do it well are, yeah, just amazing. Hello, Napalm, welcome back. Your work is amazing. Please share more of it on Discord. Drop a link to your social media because I want to see more of that stuff. It is so cool. Only a few friends have the secret, but you're glad to have shared it. You need to stop talking about it or it'll grab attention. Yeah, people are gonna start nagging those who know to find out. So, yeah, let's not, raise more hype about it. We don't want to do that. I am a human printer. Really? How come I'm a human printer? Alright, you're gonna get to writing a new draft of this letter, or perhaps the last draft. Longest piece you've worked on was for university. It was a 6x6 foot dip pen, a drawing of a huge horde of mice tangled together. You think it came out to 1,100 mice, and took nearly 4 months working 8 hours a day to do. Why'd you tackle something that large? I want to see this now. You gotta show us now. Because that sounds really cool. I'm rendering those bricks so nicely. Oh, thank you, Gamer Painter. I'm happy. They need to look great, They really do. Well, both actually, on a full-size sheet of mixed media paper and using a 0.005 micron. Oh, that is rough. That is a lot of work. Anyone who knows about fountain pens, oh, here we go again with the fountain pens. So guys, if you're not aware, Itzma is a huge fan of fountain pens, and he is also an incredible resource on fountain pens. So, like I said, we now have an art advice section. If you are wanting more advice on that, just yeah, tag Itzma on our Discord, and yeah, he'll send you some information. He's already posted some information. Well, I think what I'm gonna do is I'll take that post that you did and I'll repost it in our art advice section and actually pin it there, because that was really, really useful advice. At least I felt it was, so. It was one of the final uni projects. You're very proud of it. You'll grab a photo. Yeah, it sounds stunning. I'd love to see a photo of that, Leash. Please post it in our Discord. And let me know when you have, if you've done it now. Otherwise it's okay, but if you can do it while we're streaming, I'd love to show it off to everybody. Otherwise we'll just show it off next time that you're here. Wait, you forgot. Did you share the resource tree with me? You actually have. So that's the post I was talking about that I want to repost in the art advice section because I'd like to pin it in there. You know, people are going to go looking for information in there, and that's the great spot to have it. This is a 0.5, so 0.5 mil. Yeah. So I think I have, what's the smallest I've got? 0.3? This is my smallest one. My 0.3 one, yeah. Curly Best Life, thank you for the follow. Please sit down and join our vampire tea party. It would be nice to have a free ebook with all the art tips on Discord, compiled and illustrated. That would be really cool. At the moment, we don't have a lot of tips because nobody's really started asking questions in there, or not too many. So it'll take some time before we have a decent amount that we can actually make an ebook, you know. And well, if we do that, I guess it'll be really cool to actually all collaborate on those illustrations, you know. Am I a full-time artist? Yes, as of last year, mid last year, I've actually gone full-time. So it's a huge leap in my career. And yeah, I had to quit my job, so it's a big risk that I've taken. But there were a lot of lifestyle, you know, issues that I had at the time that just weren't working out. So I had to make the decision, and I felt like, well, you know, if I'm gonna make that choice, may as well put it to good use and try and establish my art career. So we've gone full time since about September last year, I think. That's a hair width. Yeah, it is so thin, isn't it? I am always just amazed at why don't they break? Like, they're so thin. How does that lead not break? You just joined the Discord. Well, welcome, Vantavi. I'll welcome you after the stream, but please go ahead and post a little bio or intro of yourself. I'd love that. You want one of those Mab Grace pencils so badly. The packaging is gorgeous, Leash. I kept it because I couldn't get like myself to chuck it in the bin. I mean, it's a work of art. So I just kept it properly intact, didn't tear it at all. I can slip the pencils back in and it's completely in mint condition. But yeah, it is so beautiful. Does she still sell them in a store, do you think? Because I know I've always been talking about it. I never know whether I can tell people to just go check her store. I don't want to get their hopes up, you know, and then they check their store and they can't find them. Probably should go check, but I wouldn't know. Collaborating on the ebook with various art styles and even those without art, but writing out their tips in a nice script or something, that'd be really cool. It would be, yeah, and such a great community project, right, Itzma? Posted the My Story in Discord. Right, let us go have a look. I want to see this. Oh, I don't have Discord open. I don't think so. Sorry, just give me a second. I will go load up this amazing piece that you painted. Oh my gosh, we've got a lot of other art submissions. I'm gonna go through those after I share Leish's work. Let me show you guys this mouse piece by Leish. Not that one. Look at this, guys. Look at this. It is so time intensive. I'm gonna see if I can open it up to zoom because it might be helpful if people can actually see. There we go. Look at it up close, guys. I mean, look at all these mice. So is it done on like, you can see the tails on the edges. Oh my goodness. That is amazing. It is so beautiful. I really love how it's done on this crinkled paper. Almost like paper that fell into a sewer or something. You know? Kind of the same space where you'd imagine finding these mice. At least yours do, because ADHD makes you push super hard on art supplies inadvertently sometimes. What do you mean, Gamer Painter? Like buying too many things? Everything Mapgraves touches is beautiful. I know, right? It's like she's an art fairy of some sort, and she can just look at something and wave a little wand, and it's amazing. But she also works really hard, so... You're not sure if the pencils are still available, you're curious now. They're discontinued, just looked. You may be able to find them on eBay if you're lucky. Try and search. It looks amazing. Yeah, I mean, it's so gorgeous. Okay, so let us go have a look at some of the other art that you guys have posted in Discord, because I've seen that some of you guys have also made really cool submissions up here that I haven't seen. So I've seen this one from Napalm that he shared yesterday. This is amazing, guys. Look at the rendering, the detail of softness on there. The concept is really cool, and then you've got her head peeling out of whatever shape this is, whether it's like a morphed flesh or a tree-like substance, who knows, but it's really cool. And I love how her face and hair are rendered. That is amazing work, Napalm. You have ruled liners and glass pen nibs. Let you ask something. Napalm talking about the other night, like they can't even draw a stick figure. That's some badass art. I know, right? I know. I was expecting, okay. So they've just started art and they're just gonna do a little doodle, and that's what we're gonna see. And that's okay, you know, we all start there. But yeah, I was really not expecting Napalm to push out this piece, you know. You have ruled liners and glass pen nibs, you just push so hard on them. So they break. Amazing dedication, Deep. Yeah, that would have taken ages. Crumpling the paper was very stressful, but added to it. So did you do that afterwards, I imagine? That would have been, yeah, freaky. That's what you were saying as well? I can imagine, yeah. It's a really cool piece, Napalm. Yeah, he definitely bamboozled us. Definitely did. Didn't need the ego boost after all, did he? So here is some of Gamer Painter's stuff. Look at these dragons, guys. I love them. They're so creative. It's like they've been created naturally from the trees, or they're tree dragons. You can see all the leaves on their horns and the front of their... what are they called? Scales, I guess? But yeah, really amazing. Dragons are actually incredibly hard to draw. I don't know if you guys know, but I never drew dragons, and then the first time I had to do one was for a book cover. And I struggled so hard to get in the flow because their shapes, the body shapes, are so hard. It's ridiculous. Yeah, you have a little process video for the mice drawing that you can share as well. Yeah, please do, please do. You love the dragon. Yeah, his horns, I love the horns. And we've got what looks like a merman. I really love how these spots have been done. They're amazing. It looks like he's really angry about how we're littering the oceans, and he's taking it upon himself to clean up. We should all be mermen like him. We definitely should. I love the idea of him. So cool. And we've got what looks like... is this one of those Tudor houses in Germany or Europe in general? That is very well done. Very skillful. I really love these houses. They are so good. Europe has all the most interesting architecture. You've ruined your nibs. Glass dip pens, you hurt your heart. Oh no. Morning, Dart Guy! How are you doing? Hope you've had a good rest. How was your week? Thank you for the follow. Oh, I missed one. Curly Best Life and Hamoja. Thank you guys for the follows. Please sit down and join our vampire tea party. Introduce yourselves if you like. You get embarrassed now. Don't be, Napalm. Please don't be. Your work is stunning. If you do not post a link to your Instagram account or share more of your work with us, I will personally harass you until you do. Okay, so let us have a look at more of these. This one is really cool. I love how this character's style is. I love her clothes. Very awesome. Another one. Very cool tree. I really like the subdued colors in this one. That is amazing. Very beautiful. We've got another one by Napalm. So this one looks like a giant eyeball. This would have been great for Cody Shibby's eyeball challenge that he hosted on his stream a couple of months ago. But yeah, very amazing. I love how this is squirting out. So is this all done in graphite? That is really cool. So Hamoja, currently we are looking at everybody else's work in Discord. So we all share our work regularly on Discord, and at the moment, because we've got a couple of really cool submissions, I've just decided to go through them. Well, resting is what you're doing. Fasting at the moment, 30 days. Fasting for 30 days? As in food fasting? How are you not gonna die from food? Your calligraphy is smeared with water, so you added it digitally. Right, okay. Well, that doesn't really matter. I think it came out really good. Yeah, these are so good. So good. You guys are amazing. Here's one by Gorav. Look at this skull character. The background is so interesting. I love that. Great attention to composition as well. Wow, you guys are so creative. It is amazing. Yeah, I do agree, it's smart. Jaws dropped. Jaws dropped for sure. That's awesome. It does look pretty good, doesn't it, Hamoja? Yeah. So this is what we're actually doing today, Hamoja. We're working on my Humpty Dumpty storybook. And so I finished off this whole entire wall yesterday. I'm really happy this thing is over. So this is about, I reckon A3 would be about that. And so we've got all of that extra. So it's a lot longer than an A3 would be, but it's about as wide as A3. So it's pretty big. Pretty big for sure. 30 days in total. Each day there is a set amount of hours you need to fast. Then you break the fast in the evening from food and water, but also just being good and forming a connection with the higher power. Right. So you don't try to eat at all. Yeah. That is very scary. I would just want a snack. But hey, at least you get to be really productive when you don't have to eat, right? I definitely do. There's been times when I've had really bad eating habits, and I would not eat for a whole day because I've been too busy with work, and it's really not great. But you still be able to, you know, you get a lot more done, and so I tended to form a really bad habit because I realized, oh, if I don't eat, I can do all these things. And yeah, it didn't end up being a really good idea for me. So. You showed your sister my Instagram. She loved my art. Oh, Gamer Painter, thank you so much. I'm so glad you're introducing her to my work. Is she an artist herself as well? Oh, that's intermittent fasting. That's how you eat always. Have one meal a day. Yeah, so I've been kind of like that for a long time, Rin. Um, yeah. Not the greatest habit to skip me an entire like no meals a day, but I did do that as well. And while I got a lot more time to do things, it wasn't the best health-wise, so. Your message was not sent because you're sending messages too quickly, is what Twitch said. What was your last message? Did you get a reply to do your art, Dark Guy? Oh my gosh. Why would Twitch do that? Is that a setting I can switch off by the way? I guess we have enough nice people here that I don't need to restrain you guys from things like that, you know? And we've got really awesome mods on here anyway, so wouldn't be an issue for us. No, unfortunately you can't stop that. Right, okay. Please share in the Discord, Napalm. You're really good. Yeah, exactly. You just talk a lot. It's your bad. You don't actually. Or at least, like, maybe you do talk a lot, but your messages don't get sent, so it doesn't look like you talk a lot. Right? You can turn on slow mode, but there's no way to stop the auto too quickly. Right, yeah, I've noticed that, the slow mode thing, but yeah, I've never seen any setting that doesn't allow you to, you know, send as many messages as you want to, because we don't really care, you know. As a mod, you can spam as many messages as you want, and Twitch doesn't care. Ah, right, okay. So it's special for mods, but other people can't have that right. You like that you sometimes feel like you talk too much during other people's streams. I think that's good, Gamer Painter. Like, Twitch is about interactivity, right? So, obviously we don't mind if people lurk. That's amazing, you know, and lurkers are very much appreciated. Like, I used to be a lurker for years on Twitch and never say a word, but, you unlock a new level of fun when you interact and chat with people on streams and make so many friends. And that's the exciting part, right? Plus, imagine all the fun conversations we have with all the diversity you guys bring into it. Thank you for the follow, Raffle. Really appreciate that. ADHD, social anxiety. Hang on. Oh, is that why you feel like you talk too much? You talk a lot in the form of larger messages. You write paragraphs upon paragraphs. Alright, you're gonna write. You're gonna try to write, tell yourself this, but will you? Let's try. Well, considering you are someone who is a writer, I guess that makes sense, right? You think most streamers appreciate eager chatters, to be honest. Exactly, I agree, Leash. We love when people chat, and I mean, the whole point for us to stream is to have conversations with people, to be kept company while we're making art. And so, yeah, it's really appreciated. The more you guys talk, the better. Miss your message. Ramadan can be hard, but if you've been doing it for years, it becomes second nature. It's tough, but there are some benefits to fasting. Write IE letter. Oh, you mean writing your letter? I love when the chat has conversations, so you don't mind them being chatty. Yeah, we don't. How am I feeling today? Everything alright? Yeah, things are going very, very well today. I've had a wonderful day, so really, really happy that I get to make some art with you guys now. Thank you for the follow, Raphael Vanille. Really appreciate that. You studied nutritional coaching and everyone should fast at least a month. Really? That's interesting. Gotta go. You wish you could stay longer, but glad to see me and Humpty's all finished. Stay safe and hydrated, everyone. You too, Notstame. Thank you for popping by and keeping us company. The toast told me. Hello. Welcome back. The very wall that proved you a fool. You're no fool. You're no fool. But yeah, you gave me a good laugh yesterday, so. But yeah, it's finished. And now we're adding some vines and lots of little details to it, you know, to make it more interesting. So a little bit more detail to it today. And hopefully next stream we can do some grass and other things, because I don't think I'm going to get to that if I'm, you know, adding some more vines and details to the wall. Hello, Books on Phonics. How are you doing? Once a month. Please don't do a month without monitoring. All worthy of the Humpty. Exactly. We had to make it look good enough, otherwise why would we have Humpty sitting on it, you know? We can't have him sitting on anything that's subpar to him. But hey, we've done a good job, so. We have so many frogs outside. It's like I can hear them like making those creaking sounds all over our garden at the moment, and it's actually competing with the loudness of the music here in my studio at the moment. It's crazy how loud they can be. But I don't mind, it's a very nice sound. We have very rare frogs where I live. Some of them are actually endangered, so when it's summer, it dries out so bad, and we have a little pond in our garden. And one time, we had all these little frogs try to come and find some moisture, and they actually came inside our house. So we caught them, took them back to the pond, and filled the pond up and gave them some water. They were really happy. But yeah, it's really cute. Really cute. Oh, you can hear the frogs? I was wondering whether it picks that up as well. house guest and they even got complimentary water. Don't you always offer at least water to any guest? I know. We're so rude, aren't we? So very rude. And how can we discriminate against different species, right? We should be welcoming. Yeah. No, they were very happy in the end, so. Hi Sketch, how are you doing? I hope you've been well. Have you sorted out the tech issues you've had recently? Hope so. Where did I want to erase that? No, I completely forgot. I think it was there. There were quite a bunch of us Australians on BB's last stream, weren't there? I found it pretty cool that there was so many of us. That was amazing. It's you, Robin, myself. Pretty sure there was another guy. Any siblings as autistic as you? I will say yes. So none of my siblings have actually, you know, cultivated their artistic talents, but both my sister and brother are, you know, more artistic than normal. My sister actually did some horse sculpting, so she would mold these super realistic horse characters out of, I'm not sure what kind of clay, but I think it was just the brownish orange kind of clay. I've never done sculpting, so I'm not too familiar with the kinds of clay, but it wasn't polymer. It was definitely the orange-like clay. And they were really realistic. She wanted to bake them, but it costs so much. So she still has them, but they're just like lying inside her closet, waiting to be finished. And hopefully one day she'll give it a go, because they're amazing. My brother never did anything artistic other than some paintings as a kid and things like that. But when he did, he was really good. So I feel like both of them, if they wanted to, they could have, you know, cultivated that and probably become a lot better. You've been knee-deep in Windows 10 issues. Oh no, that's not fun. I'm not a Windows fan. I mean, for streaming, you unfortunately need to put up with it because in general, it's a lot harder to get a powerful Mac, a lot more expensive. And so, yeah. You gotta get stuck with Windows for streaming. But yeah, I'm not a Windows fan. I have a Mac for everything. And I cannot imagine living without them. Because Windows pretty much breaks after, like, 2 or 3 things happens. You know, if you install 3 pieces of software, it's like, it gets slow, or it breaks, or who knows what. Thank you so much for the sub, Doverkin. Really appreciate that. That's so kind of you. At least we've got Dark Guys subbed again now. Cheapest home kiln you've ever seen is over $1,000. I know, right? And I'm pretty sure it costs like $200. If you have to go someplace and use theirs, it's ridiculous. It's such a cool hobby, but it's so expensive. Yeah, it's a hard knock life. Thank you for the follow, Dumbean. Really appreciate that. You're very welcome to introduce yourself if you like. Polyclay for you like it and does the trick. Yeah, that's a lot cheaper, right? A lot cheaper. But yeah, it is sculpting. There's a really good sculptor here on Twitch actually. So if you want to get into that kind of thing and you're looking for some tips and advice, I'll do a shout out for him. So his name is Not Bush. And guys, you have to go check out his stream because if you're looking to get into stream sculpting and you want some tips or just see how things are done, go have a look at his streams. It is so entertaining, and he has this adorable bed for his dog, like this proper medieval royal bed. It is so adorable. Hello, Dumpy. I'm good. I'm good. I hope you are too. Whereabouts are you from? You're from England. Okay, well, welcome from England. I'm guessing it's morning over there right now. You make such horrible mess when you sculpt that you should never be allowed. I've never attempted it, so I can't really say that it's hard to keep it clean, but I would imagine that it's the sort of thing that just gets messy and you just kind of need a space set aside for it, you know? Damn, I'm an amazing drawer. Thank you, Dumping. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Are you an artist yourself as well? Does my sister's sculpting have the same aesthetics as mine? I wouldn't say so, no. Hers are more realism and, focused on. She specifically did horse sculpting, and so they are very much realism focused, and all the muscles and things that she puts in are very accurate and stuff like that. So it helps that she's a veterinarian because she's, actually had to put bones and muscles together on like anatomy projects and all that sort of thing. So that's obviously helped inform her artistic projects, you know? You just watched the video that Leash sent you in the group. 400 hours of work. Insane. I know, right? It's crazy. I'm gonna have to look at that video, for sure. But yeah, that sounds crazy. 400 hours. I mean, yeah, it kind of pushes all of us to stay dedicated to a project and not drop them too soon, you know? Especially when it feels like they'll never end, like this one, you know? I've probably not had as much pain as she did with those mice. So I think I can manage. I think we can keep going, right? For sculpture or painting? What do you mean exactly, books on phonics? What does that question relate to? Painting. You as an artist that has a more realistic style, you always find yourself so happy and envious when you see others with a more personal style. Well, that's something you can cultivate, Toast told me. Because, I mean, if you are skillful at working realistically, you already have the reference material in your head. You know, you've practiced that. You'd be able to, you know, make a lot more interesting personal work because of that. So it's really good to have that skill. But yeah, just explore it. You can do that as well. Practice makes perfect fellow traveler of the mediums. I know, right? It's true. You think these bricks are definitely comparable to your mice. It's so much work to do that kind of meticulous detail for long periods of time, but very worth it. It's really true, yeah. And I know every time I finish one of these pages, I've been so happy and so proud of the outcome. And I just know, you know, when the whole thing's finished and colored, I'm going to be very happy that I pushed through. And I'm going to be so happy that you guys kept me company, because there is no way I would have been able to finish this without you guys, because a lot of the times these very mundane tasks are so boring, and being on stream and chatting to you guys is just a huge help to get through it, so I owe it to you guys as well. You just lie in bed all day while we're being here artistic and productive. Well, get a sketchbook, dumb bean. Get a sketchbook and have some fun with us. Robin, hello, how are you doing? We were just talking about you earlier, saying how we were the 3 Australians on Vivi's stream. You fixed a neighbour or friend's Windows 10 laptop. Took you 3 days to find out why it wouldn't boot. She needed to get all her documents and pictures of it. Well, that sounds awful. I'm glad I'm not the friend requesting tech support of you, because I would have caused you a lot of frustration. True, absolutely. When you were in school, you pulled off some really good realistic stuff. Yeah, exactly. And you can use that. You can use those skills in more, you know, personal, more animation style creations as well. Congrats, a lot of patience, dedication, really awesome. Thank you, Napalm, thank you. You're very welcome. Oh, you're here as well, Ichbin. Hello, how's it going? I hope you've been good. I hope you've had an awesome week. You're an artist for the dopamine you get from finishing a piece. That is the best feeling, right? When you've just finished it and you have that brief moment where it all works out and you're very proud of yourself. And I feel like that lasts for maybe like a few days, a week, maybe a month, and then you start noticing the flaws in that piece. And that's good, you know, it sucks because you then feel like you can't look at it in the same way again. But once you do, you know you've grown, you're realizing things that you hadn't noticed before. And I feel like that's a really good thing. It shows you you're growing. When you crumpled the drawing, you felt a pain, but then you understood the result. I know, it's almost like, you know, watching that, you would be like, oh no, this artist gave up on this piece, and they're just ready to throw it in the trash, all that hard work, you know? Yeah, it's heart-wrenching, it really is, but such a great result. You're doing okay, some new clothes you ordered arrived today, so excited about that. Isn't it amazing when you order yourself gifts and you're like, today I get my presents, you know, it's almost like a mini Christmas throughout the year. I do that as well. I've just ordered myself a really nice black blouse and a lovely dress that says Nearly Departed on it, and I love them because winter is coming and I hate winter. I hate getting dressed in winter, and so I felt like, you know, if I can at least have 2 pieces of clothing to look forward to, maybe I won't hate winter as much. Lurking whenever you can. Well, thank you, Ichbin. Really appreciate that. Whereabouts are you from, by the way? Are you actually from Germany? You've actually been working with Windows since 1989. It hasn't changed much in your opinion. It totally hasn't. And yeah, I feel like Apple is innovating so much more, even Linux. If you look at how amazing Linux is, free software, right? Open source software made by, normal people. And I feel like Linux does a better job than Windows in so many ways. It's much more stable for sure. So, sorry Dan to upset any Windows fans on here, but I feel like Windows are kind of like, they've been a bit slack. They need to give us some innovation and not just like, oh, you're on Windows 10 forever now and you'll get constant updates. No, we want like a really cool updated overhaul and one that's stable. You feel as an artist, you always tell people you will notice the flaws no one will ever see. That is so true. Yeah, completely. And that's why I don't think an artist should ever tattoo their own work on themselves because, like you look at other people's work, right? And you think, wow, that's amazing. And if you'd done that piece, you would just notice all the bad things about it. And I think it's part of that is because of the process you went through to get there. You could see all the frustrations and how they barely got there. But other people don't. Other people only see the successes. And I think that's part of why, as the artist, it feels like it's just never good enough. You were laying in bed looking out the window, waiting to see the delivery van. So why it was supposed to come today and it didn't? Have I ever drawn anything really like dumb or stupid, but then spent ages on it, and then in the end, I get annoyed that I spent hours on something that I don't actually care about, but it was meant to be a doodle because I'm bored? Yes, I think I have definitely done being. There's been pieces that I started as a doodle and then I became too invested in them and they just didn't work out, probably because I didn't give them a lot of forethought, you know? But yeah, it has happened. Specifically last Halloween, I wasn't very happy with my werewolf. Now, obviously, that wasn't meant as a doodle, but there's definitely pieces that I end up spending more time on than I'd like to. And yeah, probably would have preferred to just keep them very simple. So, you just forgot how reality works. You forgot since I'm in Australia that winter is on its way. Wow, yeah, exactly, it's Mar. That's why it's been getting cooler. And I'm very happy that I live in Australia because if I didn't live in Australia, I would be dealing with the terrible, terrible weather, over in Europe or even in the States where it gets freezing. And I already don't cope without winter, and it's not even nearly as cold. So, yeah, I think I would just wither and die and not be able to get out of bed in the mornings. I would just become a mushroom that just grows in the same spot every day. Probably even stop growing and just go dormant and hibernate, probably. You had to spend a lot of time finding out about marketing, not technical stuff really. Different versions, different licenses, different ways the software appears to be dumbed down. Yeah, exactly. And you can use it free. You don't have to use the license, which is kind of nice about it. But still, you get that silly watermark all over, which is kind of annoying. Thank you for the follow, Permacito. Welcome, and please sit down and join our vampire tea party. You can introduce yourself if you like as well, and drop a link to your art. No, you did it. Yeah, I'm from Australia, no Napalm. But you were laying in bed for 3 hours, so you didn't miss it. Well, that's good. That's good. Things like emotions even will manifest. Hang on, where are these messages going? I'm losing places. Things like emotions even will manifest into a piece. Like if you're angry, you might go back to it later and it's all just over the place when the moment passes. I know. It's so crazy when maybe you're in a very strong, powerful, angry mood and you draw a piece. And sometimes it's really important to try and finish that piece in that moment, because maybe later when you're in a different mood and you come back to it, you just can't give it that same passion and that same feel that you had before, And I've definitely experienced that, and I was like, wow, I'm no longer able to give this what it needed. I didn't know where I was going with this piece at all, and things like that. So I feel like if you're in a space where you feel like it's just splurging out and you're really good at, figuring out the feel of a piece, try to get as many of the important elements out on paper if you're gonna leave it, so that all that's left in the end is the rendering. Because so try to get the face done, try to get all the content that you want in that piece just on paper, so the next time when you go back to it, all you need to do is render up those pieces. Because sometimes you can't salvage it, sometimes you can never get back in that mood and headspace, and you lose the image you had in your head, and it just doesn't come out ever again. So. The snow isn't that bad. It's quite beautiful. I can imagine it's beautiful, but it's so cold. Australia's weather, you've been hearing we have a lot of storms coming in. Yeah, we did. So so far I don't feel like anything major has hit us, but we have a warning on the way that it's going to be a really windy day, and surprisingly we have a fire warning as well. So my only guess is just because there's a lot of wind, there's a lot of dryness, it hasn't rained a lot, and so the combination of wind and dry is a big fire risk. It can spread very quickly. But yeah, so far, like, we had a lot of wind last night and it was pretty windy today, but like even now looking outside, it's not that bad, So I reckon it might still be coming, or it's just moved out of our way, probably. Someone once said that art is a small percent inspiration and a bigger percent perspiration, aka boring work to finish the actual work. I feel like that is so true, Sketch. Yeah. I feel like as an artist you need to have a lot of willpower to push through, because only brief areas of the work is where you get that thrilling feeling, But it's very rewarding. It's truly so rewarding. But yeah, very true. You gotta push through those. You hear it rains spiders in Australia, so I don't think so. I don't think we have that many spiders, but we do have more than everywhere else, I guess. How's Humpty coming along? Really well, Dr. Koenig. We finished the whole wall, so I started adding some vines to the drawing as well. Humpty is all finished. Probably just going to go over a couple of things with him, but mostly he's done. And then the everlasting wall. We finally worked through it yesterday, so really happy. Sounds like dark magics to you. You see on TV that in Australia there are many dangerous animals. It must be interesting. I'll just see if I can lock this. Buzzing loudly. Yeah, we do have a lot of wildlife, especially where I live, and that is, you know, incredibly awesome because it's so full, you know, and exciting. You can really enjoy so much more with wildlife around you. We've always pretty much had possums wherever we lived, and so we used to hand feed them where I used to live as a kid, and there'd be these baby possums and mother possums, and you could actually hand feed them. They were so tame. But yeah, you gotta be careful because they are so wild animals, you know, and you can't get too comfortable with them. So. You were walking down this track by a river. Once in the country, in the dusk, there were like tiny fireflies in the path. They twinkled. It turned out there were thousands of tiny spiders. The moonlight was reflected by their eyes. That is not a nice thought. Oh no. That is so scary. How'd you find out there were spiders in the end? Yeah, that is one huge note, indeed. It's the type of spider that has a thick, ropey web that is all over your face, and you don't know whether that guy is in your hair or your clothes. Oh no. No. Not a great feeling. We have this giant spider, like an orb-weaving spider, and they have these very thick, sticky-like webs. They're very strong. And so sometimes when we're trying to push out the bins to the side of the road, it's very easy to walk into that. And yeah, you don't want that guy on your face. He's pretty big and ugly looking, but they actually don't mess with humans that much. They don't try to come in your houses and things like that, so helps catch all the mozzies we have. Your grandmother, who lived in the Philippines, once visited you during a particularly cold Canadian winter. As you could imagine, she didn't visit again for a very long time. I can imagine, yeah. I mean, coming from a nice warm place, that would be a huge shock. Gonna lurk for a bit, enjoy the rest of the stream. No worries, Rin, I hope you enjoy your lurk. Hello, lovely donut! Nice to see you back here. The wall is getting more interesting. Yeah, it is. We're trying to add some vines and things to the wall, so slowly getting there. You haven't found out yet how you'll be building your drawing because it's hard. You're gonna figure soon. You'd like to make your circles proper before you get there. There are also types of spiders that cast webs like fishing. At night, there is a single strand that floats across your path. That is not inviting. Not inviting at all. Because you live in a pretty, like, rural area, don't you, Sketch? Don't talk opossums. The Cassidy community curse will come. Why is that? Is this part of, like, your cult thing at Cass's stream or what? How am I supposed to know how possums work into this? It's a good habit to sit comfortably and write with your arm rather than your fingers. How come? Have I missed another It's Mom? Oh yeah, I have. You've returned. How's the beautiful people? You've scrapped so many drafts of this letter. Your hands started to hurt, so you'll relax for a bit. You seriously need to learn to write with your arm instead of your fingers. Yeah, I can imagine that would help. I guess as an artist it would be helpful to try and learn some healthy habits as well. You hope I'm doing well, and me and chat. We definitely are, lovely donut. How has your morning been? I hope it's been good. Hope you've had a lovely time. Spider is so cute. I love spiders. I know, they're adorable. Thank you for the raid. The raid, Carmelite Squid. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Oh guys, you have to go and give Carmelite Squid a follow. Her work is stunning, guys. She is an amazing artist. She does all these beautiful eccentric paintings of mushroom characters, little adorable non-dying mice, may I add. Sleeping mice, because we went over the last stream. They were open to interpretation, as she said. So, yeah, you have to check out her work. She is amazing. Any necrosing type spiders are bad. The wool spiders are not the best sort to be bitten by. Are they necrosing ones? Oh gosh. Welcome so much everyone from Carmelite Squid stream. Thank you for doing the raid. Let me give a shout out because I don't know if I have mods on right now. But you guys need to go and give Carmelite Squid a follow. Please check out her Twitch channel over there. It is an amazing place to hang out. One of my favorite places to hang out after streams, actually. So, really relaxing. Do you have any work we can have a look at as well, Carmelite Squid? I'd love to share some of your stuff. Let me see if I can go through your Instagram. That would be awesome if I could share that. We're talking about spiders. We are, Adam. Yeah. We actually were just delving into which ones are bad and which ones are good. But I'm gonna go and share Carmelite Squid's work with you guys. You have to look at her stuff. So I'll share her Instagram account with you guys. If you aren't already following her, please, please do. This is her Instagram account. Her work is so stunning, guys. This is one of her recent paintings that she was doing. Look at this. Look how creative all of this is, guys. Absolutely beautiful. This is watercolor as well. But just the amount of detail in this, all the kinds of flowers. Like, she doesn't just draw your typical flower. She actually goes, references interesting kinds of flowers and puts them in there. Really, really amazing. You wrote a long passage again. I'll try and scroll up to find it. I'm just gonna go through some of Essie's work over here. Oh no.